your jaws. Put the gun down before you kill someone.
Teenage Girl's Diary.
Hello! And welcome to another episode of Dollar Store Drive-In. I'm your host, Laura.
I'm Joel.
And we're the Newlydeads.
We are, and this is a very special episode, but
very
there's no Mr. Hooper and no bike shop.
Oh, like a special... What does that mean?
People will understand.
Will I understand?
We'll talk later.
Should I understand?
You're of the right age.
I was thinking like Mr. like Rogers.
Mr. Rogers?
In the neighborhood.
This is a far cry from Mr. Rogers.
Okay. Sorry, I don't get his reference. It's like over my head.
We'll talk later.
Talk to us in the chat and make fun of me.
Oh, don't make fun of Mr.
No, that would be
I'll
funny.
punch you in your jaw.
I know we say this every single week.
She does.
And sometimes, just sometimes, somebody actually comes and says hi.
They do. Occasionally.
Yeah, we've had two people. Well, two times,
Wow.
I should say. Two times we've had
And
someone
in the
chat
very
with
first
us.
episode, we were jammed full of people.
So what do you mean by talk to us in the chat?
That means that this show is recorded in the past, but in the present, like right now, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tingler Television, we are in the chat right now, in the future, waiting to talk to you. So you just go to tinglertelevision.com, go to the drop down, click on Tingler Roku, go in there, do your thing. There's a chat next to where you can stream the show. You can watch it on your TV if you got a Roku device, or you can watch it on the intranet. But we'll be in there talking to you, both of us.
Yeah, we like talking to people.
And we can talk about the current episode we're watching, or the one right before from the previous week, or whatever comes to mind.
Come make fun of me.
Don't make fun of me.
Yes,
either.
please.
I will punch you in the
Be
jaw.
like, why? Why don't you know Joel's references?
Because you're younger than me by 5 years.
Oh.
So it might be just a cultural age gap thing.
Cultural age
Not
gap.
cultural, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so what's Dollar Store Driving all about?
Oh, well, this is a half-hour show where we watch a movie, usually provided to us by the Dollar Tree. Not provided, I should say. We usually purchase said movie from the Dollar Tree, Dollar Store.
$1.25.
Yeah. Sometimes the Goodwill.
Anything
Maybe
5 and
someday
under.
Salvation Army. Yeah, anything that's 5 and under. And we watch the show, and we film this in our house, so that's why you're getting downward-facing dog right now.
From Shaggy.
And then we talk about it. And we talk about like what happened in the movie, and what we thought was good, what we thought was bad. This week's different, though. Like, Joel was pointing over here, because we usually have a movie, but we don't have one. Why don't we have one?
As we mentioned in our last week's episode, but if you missed it, either right before this or last week, we made contact with our friends at ITN Distribution, who have been kind enough, hi Randy, kind enough to provide us with a bunch of screeners for films. Some of them are streaming currently, some of them are not. This one happens to be streaming on Tubi currently, so if you want to watch this after we're done talking about it, you can head over to Tubi and give it a watch. But he provided us with a bunch of movies that we randomized our selection, and this was the first one, and we're going to do this once a month. There will
ITN
be,
special.
Yep, the ITN special will be 1 week out of the month, so in 1 month from now will be the next edition, unless we decide to do one early. But
And if you know anything about Joel, some of his favorite films are from ITN.
I wouldn't go that far, but some of the films that they have provided us with, at least 3 films, possibly 4. You'll have to wait and find out about this one. That we did enjoy, and the rest of them we did not care for as much, but it's going to happen. So what is the movie that we ended up watching this week?
It was called Goatman.
Although in some places it's listed as The Goatman. The Goatman? I don't know.
The Goatman.
Yeah, but...
It's like the boatman.
Yeah. Just look up Goatman and you'll find it.
Goatman
From
cometh.
2023.
This
right?
year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wait,
very,
let me
very
check my
new.
notes.
Joel's got some notes.
2023.
Yeah, do you want to talk about a little bit about that kind of stuff? Like who directed it, and then we'll show them a
kind of a truncated trailer.
Clip.
There might be a longer one, but the one I found online was pretty truncated. It was like a minute long.
Clip.
It's a series of clips that makes a trailer. Sure. Yeah, we can do some deets on the flick.
Deets.
This is from 2023. Currently sitting at a 2.9 out of 10 on IMDb. Sorry, not ITN. That's our.
He's got ITN on the brain.
I do. This was written and directed by Trey Murphy, who also did a film called Amityville Cult from 2021. He's done some short films, and he is an actor in this film and his other films as well. The actors in this film, all three of them were in this film, obviously. Jason R. Davis, Micah Marie Stevens, and Chance Gibbs. Micah and Chance were both in Amityville Cult, and Chance was also in a film called Hillbilly Frankenstein from Hell.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Right? Sounds like it's right
Hillbilly
up our alley.
Frankenstein from Hell.
From Hell. Jason R. Davis was only in Goatman, which, he wasn't bad. He was the cameraman.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, so I assume we don't have a synopsis for the film. Do you want to give him just a real brief, like, what the film is about? Because then we'll watch the trailer. Because usually you read the back
Ooh,
of
I get to
the
make
thing.
up my own synopsis.
Because usually you read the back of it and we don't have it pulled up, so...
Yeah. Many, many moons ago, in a land of Texas, lived I don't know how I want to say, a goat farmer.
He was a very successful goat farmer. Like, he was...
who got murdered by some racists.
And his whole family.
And his whole family.
But he was a very profitable, making money, and he was a good farmer. But they didn't like that.
Yeah.
It was a racially motivated crime.
It was a racially motivated crime.
Yep.
And after the death, a goat person was said to have been haunting the woods and haunting the bridge where said family died.
I wrote it down because I was going to look up and see if this was a real thing, and I forgot to.
Through the Cox thing.
I did. The Cox because I wanted to talk about it. Old Altman Bridge.
Yeah, they showed a lot of footage of the old Altman Bridge. I'm guessing
Which
a
looks
real
like a
bridge.
real place,
I think it's a real bridge.
But I don't know if this is a real character because a lot of cryptids and local urban legends are local.
Yeah, we didn't really do any research on the actual bridge and or to see if it was real.
Maybe we'll
like
do
a real
that
story
during the trailer.
Maybe we will do that during the trailer.
So anyway, then what happened?
And then flash forward to the current 2023, and a news crew decides to do a little bit of research. And what they don't know is that they will find something way far more sinister.
You were going to say that.
Lurking in the woods.
What's more sinister than the Goatman? You'll have to wait to find out. So...
Yeah, that's the synopsis.
That's pretty good. That was very, community theater kind of, big acting kind of...
It's just usually how I read the synopsis. I'm always like, far more sinister. I try to sound like the, crazy...
In a world.
Yes, in a world.
And I'm over here trying to act it out. But today I didn't want to distract you too much.
Thanks.
Since you were making it up.
Yeah,
on top of you.
yeah, I didn't have to read it. Yeah, I do like it when you do the acting.
But I've just started acting it out recently, and
it's funny
because you like when I make faces.
It makes me giggle, and especially the one where he does that one.
Because we watched the episode the next week.
So cute.
We watched the episode, and she's not seeing what I've done to it editing wise. So we eat our dinner, watch the show, and if I can make her laugh, that's my goal.
Yeah, it's just
I don't
this
care about the rest of it, it's
little
just her.
mouth that he does. It's just what?
I said I don't care about all you. It's just you that I care about.
Oh,
I said I'm just kidding. I care about all.
He
of you.
just makes this for me. No.
This is a joint venture for
It
everybody.
is a joint venture.
So.
Yeah. And it is fun watching it though. Anywho, I think it's time to watch the trailer. Do you see the trailer?
I'm always seeing trailers. They're everywhere.
Yeah. So let's watch the trailer. We'll be right back, and we will discuss said movie,
Goatman.
Goatman. We'll be right back. with way more knowledge about the actual Goatman legend. It's a real legend.
Yeah, we use the little box that you look up cat videos on, and apparently there's other information on it.
And then occasionally talk to your mom.
Yeah, sometimes we talk to, family
Dad.
members and friends and,
The internet.
with Scott the Pool Boy, available on iTunes. Anyway, so Goatman is a real legend from Texas. The old Altman Bridge is the actual place where...
And the whole
it
legend
started.
that they explained in the movie is exactly what he just read. So, a goat farmer from Texas, murdered by Klansmen. Yeah.
And now they say if you drive across the
same
bridge...
name.
At night, yeah. There was
Oscar
all-
Washburn, yeah.
If you drive across the bridge at night with your lights off, like the Klansmen supposedly did, you'll be met on the other side by the Goatman. However, in the film, they were knocked 3 times.
Yeah, they didn't knock.
On the
They
bridge?
were on the bridge, and they did like a little Ouija board
Yeah, they were like...
reenactment.
And he showed up. But yeah, they it's been visited by Ghost Adventures or Ghost, one of the Ghost
yeah.
shows, and BuzzFeed's Ghost Show.
Oh yeah,
It's done shows there.
that BuzzFeed Unsolved or no
yeah,
Ghost.
which
It's like the Ghost one.
my oldest kid digs.
Watches that. Yeah, it's like Unsolved
It's
Mystery.
entertaining.
Yeah.
It's very much like a big plate of chocolate-covered popcorn. Like, it's not going to do your teeth or your body any good, but it might taste good for half an hour. BuzzFeed.
Half an hour.
Yeah, the episodes are like a half an hour.
Oh,
an hour.
I thought you were eating popcorn covered in chocolate for half an hour.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's
I
a
mean,
lot of popcorn.
Imagine if you go to the movie theater and you get the big giant ass tub of popcorn and you
Covered
got
with
the
chocolate?
butter. The butter and the chocolate have got to be similar. The butter flavoring, maybe not quite as bad.
I mean, I've had I guess
And we eat a whole. I mean, if it's just the two of us, we'll eat an entire giant bucket of popcorn, butter, and salt.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, before the trailers were over. So anyway,
I eat nothing but salad.
we eat salad at the movie theater. So yes, it's a real thing. So question number 1 solved.
Question number 2.
What's number 2?
Did you like it?
Oh, yeah, we do have to talk about that aspect, don't we? So I drew the Goatman here. In the film, the Goatman is... I keep saying Goatman.
I know.
The Goatman is like... He's a guy on stilts, and the guy that's playing him.
Like 6'5", 6'7",
It's
7 feet.
probably 7
he's
feet on the stilts.
He's a biggin.
And he's got...
He didn't look like an African American dude. Like he looked like a white guy.
There's, I think, some questions that were raised in the film
Oh, right.
as to
Yeah,
if the
you're right.
Goatman is...
Was Oscar Washburn, or like if he caused a Klansperson to turn into a goat or something and do his bidding,
or
kind of
he
a thing.
called the Goatman through some sort of supernatural means,
Right.
or the Goatman was summoned because this horrible tragedy
Yes.
happened, and the Goatman came to exact vengeance.
Yeah.
That's a little unclear. Not being from Texas, either one of us, we're not sure.
Yeah.
But
Either way, sad.
one of the odd choices of the film was in most of these types of scenarios, because we were expecting a found footage type film.
Like a Blair Witchy kind of
Yeah.
doohickey.
Or a last broadcast, or something like that, where it's show don't tell, or don't tell don't show. I don't know, where they're just they're not going to show you anything because they don't have a budget. They didn't have a budget, but they decided to go all in on the makeup effects, which that was the only part that was a little bit iffy.
I don't know.
What was that?
They did a lot of nighttime footage kind of shots or
With the
whatever of the
Goatman.
Goatman. Yeah, which helped, I feel like. When you've got no?
I don't know, because at the end sequence is what the Goatman was in the daylight.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. There was that flashback where he was in the dark.
Yeah, there was a couple of other instances where it was dark out.
Yeah.
There was some clever use of cutaways and editing and kind of trying to cheat things that some worked better than others, but it was a nice way to add a little bit more production value to the film because it was clearly very low budget.
I like your Goatman that you drew.
I'm pretty happy with it, Goatman.
He's very cute.
Then one of the weird choices that was made, though, was that in between the film, they were trying to make it appear like... Because they were there on a news show from Cox Entertainment, which the C looks like the C from CNN and the OX looks like the Fox logo mushed together.
Cox.
Uh-huh.
They had a lot of penis fart, not fart, but like penis jokes and
and they had commercials. Because it was supposed to be kind of like your Beans and Weens.
Beans and Weens.
And Beans and Weens with no weens.
With no weens.
Just beans.
I sure do love my beans and weens. And then, like, the mom in it was, like, drinking a full-ass glass of, like, wine all the way, like, chugged it.
And there was a plastic wiener, hot dog, I should say, in the Beans and Weens that is like, you get a free toy with your meal.
It was a ween.
And then they had, not once, but they twice had advertisements like they did in Halloween 3 for Amityville Cult. So they were saying, watch tonight is Amityville Cult on 9 o'clock on Cox Network. So, like, kind of like if you remember in Halloween 3 where they're advertising Halloween on the TV show, they were kind of going for that. They did it twice. If they did it once, it would have been good. Doing it twice, it got a little like, okay, we get it. But it was funny because Amityville Cult, like I mentioned earlier, is the other main feature-length film from
the director,
Trey Murphy.
Right? Yeah. Director and writer.
He's, writer.
Writer and director.
And actor in the film.
Yeah, for like a small part.
The little girl with the...
There was some swearing. Girl. There was some inappropriate harassment going on.
Lots of
talking about
chesticles
boobies.
And
chesticles.
Like, you need to show off more of them sweater puppy kittens. I don't know.
Sweater puppies.
I don't know what they say. Is it sweater puppies or sweater? I don't know.
I think it's sweater puppies.
It needed more Joni Durian, as we mentioned, but I think the biggest problem I had with the film, because I did actually enjoy it. I think we both did.
Yeah, it was funny.
And we were set to be like, I don't know.
It's supposed to be funny.
But it was actually pretty enjoyable. Is the sound quality. Like, I know that streaming, sometimes things get a little wonky.
Yeah, we had to watch it on Vimeo or Vimeo. Yeah.
Because it's a streamer
right.
screener.
And so I don't know if it had to do with Vimeo's, like the upload of it, or if that was just like the quality of the film, or I would hope that they would fix the sound on the like actual DVD or whatever it comes out on, or whatever streaming service they play it on, because it
is on Tubi.
Rough.
So you can check it out on Tubi, and I would recommend giving it a shot.
Yeah, it was funny.
But yeah, like it like was kind of up and down, and then towards like near the last like third act of the film, we had to turn the sound almost all the way up for a good chunk of it.
The only stuff I didn't really care for was like I mean I get that they are trying to go like off of the original legend or whatever, like what actually happened and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like they needed to like continue the whole racist part of it. I feel like they could have just like skimmed over that part and just been like, I'm a descendant of those people, and like left it at that, like or whatever, like for some of the people that were in the film, because there was like
it got a little,
those were the, what do you call it, what did I
ancestors?
say I was like the sinister things in the woods. It's like some people that they came across or whatever.
So yeah, you think it's going to be found footage, which it's not. Then you think it's going to be about them meeting a goat man, and there's a epic struggle and people die and people make it out alive, and that's the end. But instead, they get held hostage by a bunch of kind of stereotypical backwoods racists that they're really playing up the stereotype. And the guy actually, Richard Haskins, who played the main antagonist, was actually, I found him to be quite enthralling. He was good. Reminded me a lot of Otis from the Firefly family. But it was more about that and less about the Goatman.
Yeah.
And then the Goatman, once he finds out... Wait, do we want to give the twist?
No.
Once the Goatman finds out something, then that causes him to spring into action, and there's some more deaths. And
yeah, there's a secret that is told.
An interesting ending. Like...
Yeah. We're not going to tell you the secret, but that's kind of how the Goatman...
it's a little bit of a twist. You don't quite see it coming.
No.
Necessarily. I mean, I think you might have figured it out ahead of time, if I remember correctly, but...
Yeah. It is pretty funny.
And there's some comedy. There's some definitely.
It's funny. It's kind of raunchy in certain parts. I think it's a shot on video kind of style. I mean, that's what it is, right?
Yeah,
it's like a low budget,
show.
shot on video kind of thing, but entertaining nonetheless. I wouldn't put it in the same category as like Mermaid's Curse or anything like that.
Oh No, it was far more entertaining than that. I do have to say that some of the bad guys in this, one of them really should not be a chiropractor. And I did feel like at the end with the last bit with the people that survive the whole ordeal and their thing that happens, I felt like they were kind of pulling a "Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood" with the whole message, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they were like, okay, look, you know, here's the message of the film. But all that aside, I think they did a fine job of creating something that doesn't deserve a 2.9.
No, it was entertaining.
It was definitely entertaining. Did you fall asleep?
No.
That's one of your things. What's the
So
second?
they get at least 1 point. The other thing is it better than The Mermaid's Curse?
And?
That's, 2 points.
And better than Killer Tattooist, right?
Much better than Killer Tattooist.
So you already
I laughed.
did that.
So I'm going to give that some more points for laughing.
It, you know, if you got some time, it's not super like an hour and 20 minutes. It's entertaining. It's, you know, supporting somebody who's obviously is passionate about filmmaking. So, you know, why not? I don't see any harm in that. And I have to say that because I was so sure that I knew what it was going to be, that I had picked my suggestion for the next to watch it as an alternate, I had to redo my suggestion because I was like, I know exactly what I'm going to... And I was like, oh, crap.
He's like, no, I got to redo it.
And it was difficult, I got to admit. So what happens at this point? I jumped ahead of things.
What do you mean?
What do I do at this point?
Oh, for your suggestion?
Yeah.
Well, we have to give it our rating.
Oh, do we do that first? Oh, yeah, we do. Sorry. See, I'm jumping way ahead. I'm like...
So let's do one out of... I know what I'm going to do it out of. Weens.
Oh, Beans and Weens. Beans. I got to see if I can get a screen cap of the Beans and
Oh my
Weens
God,
thing.
it was funny.
Because...
I love beans and weens.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to kind of at least base mine a little bit off of your thoughts, which I feel like it's about a 2 out of 5. It's entertaining. I would potentially watch it again if for no other reason to, after reading more about the legend, see how true it is to that. Because I think there are some other films out there about this.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 2.5
Whoa.
because, again, didn't fall asleep. Better than Mermaid's Curse. And I laughed.
All right. Well,
Fellers.
did you say fellers?
All right, fellers. Fellers.
So yeah, that happened.
So instead of this movie,
Yes.
The Goatman, if they wanted to watch something different, or maybe they can't find this streaming and they don't want to watch it,
Oh, they don't have.
but
Tubi,
I
which
suggest
is
you
free.
do, and then come to the Newlydeads.com and or just come to our Facebook page and chit chat with Mr. Newlydead because he is the king of all social media. He
It's
is.
literally my job now.
Yes.
Literally my job
Yeah.
now.
His full-time job and
My full-time
this job.
It's not this though. That's my full-time job, but I wish it was.
Oh, that'd be nice.
And also,
Let's make
you know,
that happen.
shoot a message to Randy at ITN or just to ITN in general,
And just say hi.
Say, hey, thanks for providing my favorite horror hosts with some films. Because
Are we your favorite horror host?
they might be. I don't know.
He's my favorite horror host.
You're mine.
Yeah.
That's why we do this. So my suggestion has nothing to do with Goatman, but it does have to do with some people that are bad guys that end up in a situation where they're... well, the movie's called Malevolence. It's from 2004. There were 2 sequels. It's a trilogy. That was an intentional trilogy. The second film actually is a prequel that gave us Alexandria Daddario's first films. She's fantastic. Anyway, Stephen Minas, the director, writer, creator, really nice guy. I've gotten to chat with him. And the movie basically is about a serial killer that is... It starts out as a little boy that's kidnapped by another serial killer. He then is trained to be a serial killer. And then there's these people that do a bank job. They end up at this old house as a meeting point. They, in the course of things, kidnapped a couple of people. So you've got, you know, bad guys in a situation where there's good guys, and then there's a third element that is an unknown monster of sorts that is then dispatching of people, primarily the bad people, but I'm not going to say whether the good people are also in danger as well. So if you've never seen Malevolence, it's on the shelf. I've got autographed copies of all 3 films, and I highly recommend it. It's one of those slasher movies that's fallen under a lot of people's radars and shouldn't. There's some good names in it, and it's good films.
And what are we watching next week?
So next week, chosen at random, a film that I have been waiting to watch since I first bought it way back when, I think when we first started this. We are going to be watching
Shiver!
Shiver Me Timbers!
Yeah, he is very excited about this. Danielle Harris, John Jarrett, and Casper Van Dien.
Right there.
Yeah, she had a good head on her shoulders until she met him, says on the cover. And there's a head in the jar.
We got our heads in a jar. For our
I'm going to read this.
Read it.
I'm also very excited about this little review thing. All right, so there's also they've also won some awards with this. Okay, Danielle Harris stars with Casper Van Dien and John Jarrett. If you don't know who John Jarrett is, he's from Wolf Creek. In this savagely entertaining horror thriller based on the acclaimed novel by Brian Harper.
Oh, I didn't know there was a novel.
Mm-hmm. The Griffin is a serial killer with a flair for the dramatic and a grisly trophy case of victims. But when he sets out to add shy young secretary Wendy Alden, a.k.a. Danielle Harris, to his macabre collection, he gets more than he bargained for. Always one step ahead of the pursuing detective Delgado, who is Van Dien, the brilliant psychopath penetrates police lines at will, circling ever closer to the target of his deranged fantasies. Until finally, the only thing standing between Wendy and the Griffin's unthinkable desires is her own desperate, indomitable will to survive. Riveting.
It is truly riveting.
Riveting.
I mean, Casper Van Dien, Starship Troopers. We talked about Dynamire on last week's episode about Nightshade. Danielle Harris, Scream Queen Extraordinaire, started out in the Halloween films and has since gone to the Halloween films and a bunch of other films. John Jarrett.
Hatchet.
Well known. Yes, she was in Hatchet. Very well known Australian actor. And
if you haven't seen Wolf Creek,
he plays perfect killer in the Wolf Creek series and television series.
Yep.
And there's some other people in it too, but I don't remember who they are.
Yeah.
But there are some other names in this as well.
They won a bunch of awards. Winner Best Actress, winner Most Shocking, nominee Best Film. It says a killer as clever and complex as Hannibal Lecter and as unstoppable as Michael Myers. That's some big
bold
statements. Bold statements.
So I have a feeling that we're either going to be wonderfully surprised or horribly disappointed. I don't think there's going to be a middle ground, and I'm hoping that it's the prior, not the latter.
Yeah. All right. We are getting close on time here. So the only other thing I want to say just one more time is if you want to find us on our social medias, we are always at the Newlydeads. You can find us at thenewlydeads.com, www. And then, of course, you can always see us here on Tingler Television on Wednesday nights. And are they still showing us on Sundays?
Yep, 1 o'clock. There's an hour block of the Newlydeads as far as I know, but they're adding a whole lot of new shows for season 2. And things have grown, there's 1.5 million users or something. I don't know, it's something crazy.
We also have a plethora of information, of videos and whatnot on our YouTube video. Our YouTube channel.
YouTube.com/@thenewlydeads. And I'll also put a couple of things that we have created that we sell at our website. So you guys can take a look at those things. I don't know what I'll put up there, but you may have already seen them before. I don't know, but I like putting them up so you can see what we're doing.
Yeah, and we are starting to do Code Orange because it is time for Halloween decor hunting.
It has begun.
Yeah, watch out for Creeping for Code Orange.
The first episode for June is on there, which we need to maybe at some point take photos of the rest of the shirts that we bought. We only did like a half of them.
That's weird.
There was a lot. I don't know what happened. Things happen. But,
Life.
yeah, once a month we'll be doing those videos. And some other stuff is on the horizon, kids.
Yeah.
So thank you, ITN, for
Thank
this
you,
first
Randy.
week of ITN that we will be doing every month.
Yeah, it was exciting. All right, well, until next time.
Keep it cheap and creepy.
Bye.
Go look after your mother and sister. Where are you going?
We gotta finish this. Goodbye, Tom.
Mom!
Yes!
Can I have beans and weens?
Have you finished your homework?
Uh-huh.
I'll open up a can and heat them for you right now.
Yes!
Beans and Weens. The tasty combination your kids love all in one can. Skip the prep and make some time for you. Each can also includes a fun prize.
Thanks, Beans and Weens.
Beans and Weens. Now available in regular style and without weens. Find them at some reputable grocers near you. Include poison for consumption. Beans and Weens and parent company not responsible for children-related injury or death.